GunZ the Duel is a free-to-play online multiplayer third-person shooter that allows players to perform gravity-defying acrobatics and moves inspired by anime and action movies, including wall running, air dashing, tumbling, wall bouncing, and more. Having been originally released in 2006, GunZ has remained alive long enough to have bred a small yet fiercely loyal player base that have collectively sunk tens of thousands of hours into this hyper-competitive and mechanically demanding game over the last 20 years. The results of those thousands of hours birthed an extremely optimized and high-speed playstyle that GunZ has become infamous for today. This playstyle relies on animation canceling and rapid weapon switching to string together increasingly complex acrobatic movements and attack patterns that ultimately lead to a flurry of strikes designed to overwhelm opponents with rapid and sustained pressure. This style of fighting has come to be known as K-style. Eventually, the immense learning curve of K-style, combined with the flashy and impressive looking gunfights and swordplay, had earned GunZ enough notoriety to have earned the title from some as one of the most difficult shooters to ever exist. So of course, when I heard this insanely intimidating game that people have poured countless hours into was being remastered and re-released on Steam, I decided in that moment that it didn't matter if I was fat and washed and smelly and stinky chud loser that's well past his prime. I'm gonna try and learn this game in one day. So that's exactly what I set out to do. What you're looking at right now is me after about maybe 4 or 5 hours of playing with my keybinds and a training room and solo quest rooms against goblins, just trying out different keys and practicing the K-style tech from different YouTube videos. I grinded up to probably level 13 or 14 just off quests and just getting used to my keybinds. And this is one of my first free-for-all death matches. As you can see, I'm tumbling everywhere, and I'm losing my guns, I'm getting stuck in sword swings. Just absolutely getting walked down. There's some moments of greatness maybe, where I land a couple lucky shots, but for the most part, everything's really sloppy. I'm not confident in anything. I'm diving into walls, trying to dash up. Everything's still pretty new to me, and when you're mid-fight, the pressure kind of gets to you. But like I said, moments of greatness. Sometimes I can get lucky enough, land 1 or 2 shots, and get a free kill. This is maybe a couple hours later, and as you can see, it's starting to look reminiscent of a fight, but really just lucky at the end of the day. I'm still pretty sloppy in my movement, still getting stuck in my sword slash more than anything. I get some kills here and there, but one of my biggest issues is consistency at this point. Right here I'm showing off that I learned how to gun dash half step, and again just fumbling in the corner, able to get out a couple swings. Now, the astute among you may have realized I have been using auto reload this entire time, and in fact in all of these clips moving forward I am still using auto reload. until maybe at the end. But these clips you're seeing right now are from after I switched to normal manual reload, and I'm in the process right now of learning it. It's kind of fucked up my whole flow, but it's going, and I'm working on it. But anyways, regardless of the fraudulent reload that I have enabled, I'm still getting pissed on. So at this point, this is the next day. I got to sleep on it, got a little muscle memory down, but everything's still pretty sloppy. As you can see, I'm still getting stuck in sword slashes. Dashing into walls, nothing's clean. Everything is still pure luck at this point. My biggest issue still is consistency, and I think I found myself going way too fast at certain points. And if I don't catch the rhythm, then especially when somebody's pressuring me, I lose it. Here, I had a nice little flick. My aim is definitely starting to catch up to the speed of the game and how everybody moves. The verticality is definitely something to get used to, coming from a lot of other traditional shooters. This is still the second day, maybe 10th hour total of playing. Flash steps are getting a little cleaner, not really messing them up as much. Auto reload's carrying my shotgun a little bit, and at this point I don't realize quite how fraudulent auto reload is, because I'm able just to kind of walk up and pretty easily swap shot and get a lot of damage that now, with normal manual reload on, I'm realizing is not quite as free. So that's an adjustment that I'm making now. But here I'm reaping the rewards. Still at this point, my close quarters fights are pretty sloppy. I tend to panic a lot more. But it is at this point where I find my movement to be cleaning up, and I'm starting to move a little more reactively and not be on the back foot as much as I was when I first started. Definitely at this point, a little more confidence going into each fight, but there's still, since I'm still at the bottom of the barrel, usually bottom fragging in almost every server. These clips you're watching are from the start of the third day, probably overall the 15th or so hour, and there's definitely a lot more intention with my movement, moving a lot more purposefully rather than just me flailing about. Despite that though, I'm still sloppy, still tumbling when I'm definitely not trying to tumble, still getting caught in sword slashes, still not as consistent as I want to be, and this is even with auto reload on, not enough to carry me. However, I'm able to keep up with some players, the average player I guess. I'm able to get off lucky double kills, lucky shots here and there, but nothing too impressive at this point. And this clip that you're looking at is from the 4th day. This is from that last collective 4 hours of playtime. And you can maybe tell I'm moving way more confident than the first day, but that'll quickly change here when I turn off auto reload. All of a sudden my gunfights get sloppy. and my aim is wild because I put reload on right mouse button, and swapping shotguns is also on my mouse buttons. So I'm squeezing my mouse in all kinds of crazy ways, and my aim is suffering for it. But in the long run, I know it'll be beneficial, so I'm gonna stick with it. And that's about as far as I got. 24 hours. I really enjoyed this game. I'm gonna keep playing it, and I hope I see you guys in a random deathmatch server.